The one, Jake Paul, you don't want to fight this guy. You don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson.
What's up, guys? Are we finally having boxing mixed with politics? There's a whole lot of drama. Donald Trump just waded into the fray, weighing in on Jake Paul's upcoming showdown with none other than the ferocious Mike Tyson. And let us tell you, his comments are as fiery as you'd expect. Trump, who has a colorful history with Tyson, didn't hold back on what he thinks about Paul squaring off against one of the most legendary and dangerous heavyweight champions ever. Now, no one actually saw that coming. In typical Trump fashion, his insights are bold, controversial, and sure to cause a frenzy. From reminiscing about Tyson's golden days to questioning Paul's readiness, Trump's takes adds a lot more tension to this already explosive matchup. Stick around as we break down Trump's predictions and analyze what they mean for Paul's chances. This is one tale of punches and politics you don't want to miss.
The one, Jake Paul, you don't want to fight this guy. You don't want to fight. He's got a big fight coming with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today. But he's a fantastic guy, very talented guy in a lot of ways.
The former president and ever the showman recently weighed in on the buzz around Jake Paul's upcoming fight with Mike Tyson, scheduled for November 15th. Trump, who's not just a fan but also has quite a bright past working with Tyson, dropped some juicy takes about Paul's mindset going into the fight. Apparently, Jake Paul is quite relieved he's not facing the young, unstoppable Tyson from the 80s. Can you blame him? Back then, Tyson was a force of nature, dominating the ring with unmatched ferocity. Trump spilled the beans, suggesting that Paul is well aware of the beast he would have been up against if this fight had taken place during Tyson's heyday. You don't want to fight this guy. He's got a big fight coming up with Mike Tyson, but he's glad he didn't fight Mike when Mike was 19. He told me that today, Trump said. Trump's comments provide a glimpse into the respectful yet cautious attitude Paul holds towards Tyson's legendary career. While today's Tyson might be older, his legacy as one of the most dangerous heavyweight champions still looms large. Paul knows he's stepping into the ring with a living legend. Despite being 58, Mike Tyson still got it. His power, speed, and ferocity haven't faded much with age. That's why Paul's respect for Tyson is absolutely justified. Sure, Trump points out that Tyson's age could be Paul's saving grace, but that's hardly a foolproof plan for victory. Now let's rewind a bit to the 80s. Trump and Tyson go way back, with Trump playing a significant role in Tyson's career. Tyson was a regular at Trump's Atlantic City properties, and they shared a pretty tight bond. For a while, Trump even dabbled as Tyson's business advisor. This deep-rooted history means Trump has some serious insights into what Tyson brings to the ring and the steep hill Paul has to climb. So with Trump's unique perspective, he's not just talking off the cuff, he knows the beast that Paul is up against. Even though they were super tight back in the day, Tyson's career took a wild turn after his conviction and imprisonment in 1992. While Trump was out there publicly backing his buddy, Tyson decided to switch things up and teamed up with Don King once he got out. This marked a major shift in his professional circle. Still, Trump's admiration for Tyson's boxing genius never faded, and he kept a close eye on Tyson's career. But wait, there's more. Trump isn't just a boxing buff. He's got a thing for combat sports in general. He's often spotted at major UFC events, soaking in all the action. This means when Trump talks about fights, he's got the background to back it up. His take on Paul versus Tyson? It's a mix of genuine admiration for Paul's skills and a stark warning about Tyson's still potent danger. In a recent interview, Trump talked about Paul's feelings about the fight, revealing that Paul is seriously relieved he isn't facing the 19-year-old version of Tyson. This little nugget of truth shows just how much Paul respects Tyson's legendary career. We all know that a young Tyson was a force of nature, practically unstoppable. And even now, at 58, he's still a formidable threat in the ring. Trump's comments really drive home that Paul understands the massive challenge ahead of him. It's not just about stepping into the ring with Tyson. It's about facing a man whose legacy casts a long shadow over the sport. At a Bitcoin conference in Nashville, Trump made waves with his candid remarks about Jake Paul. Addressing a crowd of crypto enthusiasts, he casually warned Paul about the tough opponent he's set to face, adding a layer of drama to the upcoming fight. Trump's blunt style only added to the buzz, suggesting Paul might be in for a serious challenge. He mentioned Paul in the context of his upcoming fight, saying, "Jake Paul, you don't want to fight this guy." This statement, delivered in Trump's typical blunt style, shows the gravity of the challenge ahead for Paul. Jake Paul's vocal backing of Trump has forged an intriguing connection between them. Things got even more personal when Paul weighed in on the recent assassination attempt on Trump on July 14th during a rally in Butler, Pennsylvania. Gunfire erupted, and Trump narrowly escaped serious injury when a bullet grazed his ear, a moment that could have been fatal had he not moved at just the right time. Sadly, one person was killed, and several others were injured in the chaos. Jake Paul discussed this harrowing incident on the Impulsive podcast with his brother Logan. He described it as one of the craziest things he's ever witnessed, expressing that he believed a higher power might have protected Trump during the attack. Paul speculated that divine intervention played a role, saying that if Trump had been seriously harmed, it could have sparked a civil war. First and foremost, it's one of the craziest things I've ever seen and probably will ever see. I think there would have been a civil war if something had hurt him, but I think that's like divine intervention for sure. I believe God stepped in and saved him. Their growing bond is clear, with Trump openly admiring Paul and highlighting his diverse talents and likable personality. This mutual respect is evident in Trump's praise for Paul, calling him a fantastic guy, a very talented guy in a lot of ways.
The attempted assassination on former President Donald Trump. This is one of the most significant moments in American history and we'll probably ever see in our lifetime.
There would have been a civil war.
Something would have
hit him,
off.
but I think that's like the divine intervention. God really intervened. Like, we need this guy to come back in and make America great again.
Oh, wow.
Literally.
Yeah.
Also, you know what disgusts me? Why Thomas Matthew Crooks ended up on a roof trying to kill Donald Trump. Who is the guy? And how did he get this information that led him to perfectly be put on a roof with direct access to kill our former
And
president?
like 15 minutes to aim.
Why the frick was that kid in that BlackRock commercial?
Don't even get me
Bro,
started.
why? And then BlackRock was shorting stocks that would be affected by a Trump assassination.
I hope Trump does what he says he's going to do and does some sort of deep-rooted expose of the deep state.
Even with Trump in his corner, Jake Paul is aware that facing Mike Tyson is a real challenge. Trump's take on the situation sheds light on Paul's awareness of the fight's significance, especially after his win over Mike Perry. While that victory was noteworthy, stepping into the ring with a legend like Tyson is a whole new level of tough. Mike Tyson's training for this fight has been nothing short of grueling, proving that age hasn't slowed him down one bit. Trump, who's been a keen observer of Tyson's career from its early days, is well aware of the dedication and intensity Tyson brings to every fight. This deep understanding of Tyson's commitment is crucial for evaluating Jake Paul's chances. Although Paul benefits from his youth and recent successes, Tyson's extensive experience and raw power make him an exceptionally formidable opponent, setting the stage for an epic showdown. Trump didn't just focus on the fight itself, he also went into its wider impact. He emphasized how Mike Tyson's comeback is creating a cultural buzz, thrilling fans across boxing and combat sports. This bout isn't merely about two fighters going head-to-head. It's a fascinating clash of eras and styles, which only heightens the excitement. The fight promises to be a spectacle that goes beyond the ring, drawing attention from all corners of the sports world. The hype around the fight is reaching a fever pitch, with fans excitedly talking about how Jake Paul will measure up against a boxing legend. Trump's involvement adds a juicy twist, with his candid remarks only increasing the tension. His observation that Paul is probably relieved he's not facing a younger Mike Tyson serves as a vivid reminder of the formidable challenge ahead. Trump's take on Jake Paul's prospects isn't just about age. Having witnessed Tyson's career up close, Trump knows how Tyson's sheer determination and mental game have overwhelmed many seasoned fighters.
Taylor Tyson, we got. When is that going to be?
November.
Look, Mike was fantastic, but Mike's a little older now. And you guys can fight, legitimately fight.
Thank you, sir.
I always thought like a UFC guy or a top even contender would be able to win at 75 years old. But it doesn't work that way. The clock is still the clock.
Yeah, I figured that out with Floyd as well.
Trump's comments also spotlight the significance of Tyson's legacy in this fight. For many fans, Tyson's return to the ring stirs up memories of his legendary reign as the undisputed heavyweight champion. Jake Paul, meanwhile, is still in the process of crafting his own legacy, which adds considerable pressure for him to prove himself not just as a boxer, but as a legitimate rival to a boxing icon. Trump's view combines respect for past champions with recognition of the new generation's drive. His admiration for Tyson's career, paired with acknowledgement of Paul's bold decision to face such a formidable opponent, poses a narrative of both reverence and excitement. This view offers a compelling lens through which to anticipate the fight, showcasing Tyson's enduring greatness and Paul's ambitious leap into the boxing spotlight. At 58, we all know that Mike Tyson is still one of the most formidable figures in boxing. His punches retain their knockout power, and his strategic cleverness in the ring remains unmatched. Trump's focus on Tyson's impressive legacy shows that despite his age, Tyson's ferocity is far from diminished. While Jake Paul's youth and recent wins are impressive, they don't quite measure up to the depth of Tyson's career, which shows victories over some of the sport's greatest fighters. Jake Paul's recent knockout of Mike Perry certainly demonstrated his improving skills, but Trump's take highlights that Mike Tyson is a whole different ballgame. The combination of Tyson's technical mastery, mental toughness, and sheer power sets him apart from anyone Paul has faced. Given Trump's deep knowledge of Tyson's career, his comments paint a vivid picture of the monumental challenge Paul is about to confront, suggesting that overcoming Tyson will be a tall order.
August, I'm back, baby.
Trump's role in the build-up to this fight makes it even more serious. His backing of Jake Paul, combined with his candid evaluation of Mike Tyson's prowess, sets the stage for an event that's as much about spectacle as it is about sport. This matchup is much more the usual boxing drama, with Trump's commentary fueling the excitement and suspense. Time waits for no one, and in the upcoming fight, Jake Paul's youth and strength will be his biggest advantages, while Tyson's vast experience will be his strongest asset. In this particular fight, youth might just tip the scales. Trump, if his schedule allows, will likely be in attendance at the fight, which is scheduled for just days after the presidential election. Whether he attends as the president or as a runner-up to Kamala Harris remains to be seen. So, what do you think? Can Jake Paul actually take down the legendary Mike Tyson? And how do you feel about Trump's take on their showdown? Drop your thoughts in the comments, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell.